Slania, I'm Corvus Bruxo and you're watching Starting Out Solitary. Today we're talking about our favorite herbs. Well, I am again outside to talk about my favorite herbs, which is a pretty appropriate way to address this topic. I am in a natural space. I have one of my favorite herbs right here, and I am down this stone wall. So, favorite herbs. I see fit and fair to say that I am not a great herb worker so far, but I'm working on it. And the reason for that is, I know it's a huge bomb, but it's not a new witch thing, and it's not my theory of a practice issue either. It's that I'm working in connecting with the landscape, and I'm working on recognizing the plants and the herbs and the flowers and the trees, so I can connect with them and collect them for my craft. So I am doing practice, but it's not magic so far. It's learning and recognizing and learning to recollect and treat them so they won't wither away and be useless after being picked up. So favorite herbs. Favorite herbs, one is right here, and that's rosemary. Rosemary is the East for all of Andalusia, which is the historical and cultural region that I live in and I was raised in as well. All the folk magic you can imagine down here includes rosemary. Do you want an offering for scents? Rosemary. Do you want to cast away evil from your house? Burn rosemary. Do you want to exorcise a place? Use rosemary, or burn rosemary in this case. You want to give flavor to a spirit that you will drink? Use rosemary. Seriously, the rosemary is the use for all here. Offerings to saints and to Virgin Mary, rosemary. Rosemary is used in the incense burner that some members of the Catholic Church use in processions and parades. They carry these incense burners that are like lamps with a chain, and they burn the incense and go smoking everything. Yeah, rosemary most of the time. So yeah, rosemary is basically the use for all. And as Melissa, the Dreadful Mystic, said, I know that I mentioned her a lot, but it's because our crafts coincide way too much in many aspects. It's healing, it's purifying, it's soothing, it calms, it heals. The scent is very relaxing and very powerful. It has a very particular flavor in all sense. So it's a very caring and protective herb. We're establishing a good relationship now that I've learned to recognize it. The other herb that is one of my favorites so far is lavender. But the thing is that lavender is a flower or a plant or a herb or whatever that people is used to its sweet scented type. The one that it's here, its smell is closer to rosemary to the usual lavender that you would smell in cleansing products or in massage oils or stuff like that. It's a very strong scent, and I'm learning to love it. And the thing is that I did my first recollection just a couple of days ago, my first recollection of natural herbs. So far I've bought it, and I picked lavender, and I left an offering to a small bush of lavender, and today I found a small field, natural field. I use the word field in lack of a better word, but it is like a small field, like a few meters of lots of bushes of lavender, wherein I left another offering, and I intend to pick my lavender from that area from now on, unless the spirits guide me otherwise. That's what I'll do. So lavender, it's pretty much like rosemary in its uses, and through folklore I have a flower that I have never tried, but I'm really looking forward to trying it because it's one of my favorites, and that's henbane, particularly black henbane. I don't know if that distinction is made in English. In Spanish it is called beleño, and beleño, it's a name very used in Asturias, the region where my grandfather on my mother's side was born, and that first attracted me to the Celtic world in first instance. Many towns, many places are called belenos, beleño, beleñu, and the name beleño reminds us of the god Bel in Ireland, Belenus in Gaul, and Baelisto in here, the Iberian Peninsula. Henbane, it's very present in the imagery of witches, of European witches, because it is said to be one of the flowers used to make the flying ointment. It's very toxic. We need to be careful with it. It needs to be tested first in case you have some strong reaction to it, because some people have some strong reactions to it. But it's a very beautiful flower. I love the name. I don't know why. It's very present in areas where my family has lived throughout history, and I feel very, very drawn to it. So I really want to try it because I am keen on the poison path, on Veneficium, or ponzoñería. It's one old Castilian word that I like very much for the poison path, and yeah, I like it very much, but I haven't tried it. But it's one of my favorite, of course. Between the most common flowers and plants in the poison path, it's probably my favorite over mandrake and datura, or any other of those entheogenic plants. So yeah, those are my favorite herbs and plants and stuff, without including, of course, trees. I forgot one. Juniper. I love juniper because it was the first, well, maritime juniper or seaside juniper is the first plant that I learned to recognize in the wild. So okay, it's one of the, no, it's not one, it's the first plant that I learned to recognize in the wild, and we have a pretty good relationship, and I'm looking forward for the fruits of the juniper. It is used for gin, for the drink, the gin, and it's sometimes even put in gin tonic to flavor it and to strengthen its flavor. So yeah, it's very protective and very guiding, and it's very powerful. So I found a juniper huge bush in a crossroads coming here. The first time that I came here, trying to establish a relationship with this landscape, and I left offerings to it, and ever since I did that, it's been very guiding to me. It has helped for me not to get lost, to protect me, and basically it's a very important plant in my life. all juniper, but especially the maritime version, which is protected, is almost extincted, and in this particular woodland it's I don't know if it's the first or second place with more population of this type of juniper. So I try not to pick it up because I don't want to diminish the population. I want it to grow and spread. So yeah, those are my favorite plants. I'm gonna get going because I'm on the top of this pile of big rocks and I don't want to die climbing down with all the rain. I hope that you enjoyed the video and or you learned something. We'll see each other next Friday. Thanks for watching, guys, and Slania.